Sup, it's Red, and today we're going to be talking about something outside of RuneSlayer. Yes, bro. I've actually been talking about this game since my first video back from my little hiatus I had, saying that I was looking forward to this game and Type Soul in specific, and this game was just announced to release on July 11th, so in 4 days, I get to fucking play this game, and we all get to play this game, bro. I'm actually really fucking excited about it. It's called Rogueblox. Definitely heavily inspired by Rogue Lineage. It's basically like all the main systems kind of are just the same as Rogue Lineage, but it just looks like a more polished, more eye candy, cooler looking combat, more fleshed out Rogue Lineage. And I mean, I grew up on that game. I literally played the fuck out of that game. I put holes in my wall because of Rogue Lineage. So I'm actually very excited for this game. All the systems, everything looks pretty cool. I did already watch this video through, but I'm just gonna go back through and kind of explain my opinion and let y'all see what's up with the game. I'm really excited to fucking see how this turns out. I'm definitely gonna be streaming it. And yeah, I'm stopping the fucking yap. Here we go. Let's make sure it's up.
Buddy, and welcome to the Rogueblox Direct. I'm Coltrane, owner and lead artist for Rogueblox, and I'm joined here by the rest of the dev team. On the far left, we got Q.
Yeah, what's up? I'm the lead scripter.
Minnie.
Hello, I'm a content scripter.
And to my right, we got Kraken.
Hello everyone, I make models.
And on the far right, we got Abnormal.
Hi, I'm the only builder.
And without further ado,
Nice.
let's get right into it.
One fucking builder. If he's the only builder, he did a good fucking job.
With introductions out of the way, let's get right into what exactly Rogueblox is. First and foremost, Rogueblox is a free-to-play, permadeath RPG with class-based progression. Players will be able to explore an open map, completing quests, fighting monsters, and killing other players to get new gear and develop their characters. Delving deeper into the permadeath aspects of Rogueblox, most players will start out with 3 lives, although this may change based on your race. Each time you die, you'll lose a life. Lives are indicated on the left side of your screen above your mana bar. If you lose a life, you'll be able to get one back using a life crystal. These can be found as a rare drop in a variety of loot pools and also crafted with some rare materials. Once you reach 0 lives, you'll...
So I mean, that doesn't seem too bad. In Rogue Lineage, it was like fucking detrimental to your mental status, IRL, if you died, and they kind of just explained that doesn't seem to be too hard to get your lives back. It's pretty cool.
Wake up in the Crimson and have to restart your character. Worry not though, Rogueblox is a roguelite game, and as you play, you'll be able to earn some meta progression currency that you can use to make your next...
Yeah, so this is fucking dope. I actually saw this a little bit earlier and went over this with a friend. Permanent progression in games like this are fucking awesome. Rogue Lineage didn't really have that unless it's like Edicts, I'm pretty sure is what it was. I haven't played Rogue in a long time. But this is pretty cool. Just makes your progression on like a new build super easy. It's kind of like Deep Woken's like Echo system. Really fuck with that, really like that in general, and this looks like kind of the same thing, so don't fucking mind at all.
Runs a little bit easier. Or, you could also use them for things such as re-rolling your race.
That's a big thing. Free race rerolls and obtainable race rerolls in the game. That is fucking awesome. It makes it to where you don't have to pay if you want to make a certain build, because games like this are always heavily build reliant on your race most of the time. So like whatever race you go, they always normally have like a meta build or meta class that kind of follows through with that race. And the fact that you can get race rerolls for free, they're fucking cooking on this, bro.
On top of this, some things you unlock throughout your progression, such as the fast travel pylon behind me, will save through your wipes and be unlocked on all of your...
Fast travel is fucking awesome.
Anyways, with that brief overview out of the way, let me throw it to Kraken to explain to you the
Because
progression.
the map looks huge, I'm not gonna lie.
Now, while Rogueblox follows a pretty standard Rogue Lineage-inspired class progression, we have heavily expanded the routes which players can progress. In Rogueblox, we've pushed for a game that lets players progress any way they want to, whether that be PvE, PvP, working your way up the mine progression, or gambling. There are so many avenues to progress at your own pace, with unique rewards for each.
Yo.
Now, don't worry if something isn't exactly to your taste. We still have plans to expand the routes of progression in the future with things like fishing or cooking, and there's no plans to let the new player experience stagnate post-release. One thing I should mention, however, is that we have pulled away from just how prevalent PvP is. Now, don't freak out. All this means is you are no longer expected to kill players for the majority of classes in Rogueblox, but we still do encourage PvP encounters and ganks by trying to consolidate as many players in the world as possible. Digging into some more...
That's a really good idea from a business perspective, because if this game's going to be free to play and it's already got a decent amount of hype generated, and I can already fucking see the RuneSlayer community going to this game most likely, or at least a couple players, that not all of them are going to want a PvP, because, you know, RuneSlayer wasn't really a PvP type of game, and also, like, Rogue Lineage players and Deep Woken players are going to come over here, so it's going to be, like, 2 different worlds colliding into one game, and that could cause problems if the game is heavily reliant on PvP only. So them deciding that there's different ways to progress and get your class is fucking... It's brilliant, bro. It's really, really smart.
Specifics of progression. A majority of classes require 3 things, that being alignment, experience, and silver. Alignment is effectively how much of a villain or hero your character is. It ranges on a scale from Imperial to Anarchic. Alignment is mainly gained through quests, events, and codices, which I'll talk about more in a minute. Experience is a measure of how much your character has, well, experienced. Mainly gained from killing mobs, discovering new areas, and missions, you'll naturally gain experience as you navigate the world of Rogueblox and tackle its countless challenges, so don't worry too much. And our last one, Silver. It's Silver. Mainly gained from selling things to merchants, quests, or missions, Silver is your main way of buying class skills and getting services or goods from a variety of NPCs.
This is fucking dope. I don't know if they really explain this too much in this video, but this looks like a player-run bazaar. I could be completely wrong. I probably am. But it looks like you can just put up what you want, and then you can sell it across like the entirety of the game, and like just sell rare items or things that you've collected or crafted even. I don't know about this whole Roblox item thing. I'm guessing that might just be dev-only items or like skins or cosmetics. I would hope that you can't buy like in-game gear with Robux. Not 100% sure about what this is, and I don't think they really explain it too well in the video or go like into a deep dive into it, but I'm hoping these are just cosmetic Robux items, but they don't seem to be too expensive. I know this is just like testing and whatnot, but this in general is pretty cool if it's a player-run bazaar, because that's what bazaars normally are.
All across the world, Rogueblox.
Now, that's enough about progression, for now at least. Let's pass it over to Q, and he'll let you know about the combat.
Alright, I'm gonna start off with the basics. So, first of all, you got your weapon. Weapons have an M1 combo and a critical attack bonded to M2 or R. Most weapons have 5 M1s in their combo, but my shotgun here has 4 M1s, with the final M1 being a blast. Now I'm gonna talk about your defensive options. So, if you hold F, you'll start blocking. There are some attacks, notably critical attacks, that will break blocks. And these attacks will outline the attacker red and sometimes have a little flash effect. If you time your block right before getting hit by a block break attack, you'll perfect block it and stun the attacker, putting the fight positive in your favor. Next, you got your dashes. So these are binded to Q, and you can use attacks during dashes, so you can use them as like a quick engage during combat. The dashes can also be used defensively. If someone tries to hit you during a dash, you'll dodge the attack and evade its damage. Rogueblox's combat is quite different from many of the other recent games on the platform. It's not combo, true stun, ABA combat, but it's also not parry-based. In between stun, you'll have an escape window. If you hover over your weapon tool, you'll be able to see the escape window between your weapon M1s. While you're getting comboed, you're going to try to block or dash during that escape window. Alright, next I'm going to talk about mana. So if you hold G, you'll charge mana, and it fills the bar on the left side of your screen. If you let go of G, it will slowly go down. If you hold block with mana charge, you'll pull out your mana shield, which allows you to block super mage level spells. But more importantly, it lets you block attacks from behind you, and it negates block chip. So mana is a very important resource that you'll want to keep track of during combat. Next, I'll talk about the air combat. If you hold control in M1, you'll do an uppercut, which if landed will bring the fight into the air. If the uppercut whiffs or is blocked, however, you'll be punished because it has a decent amount of end lag. If you hold control in M1 during air combat, you'll do a fast down slam, which can be used to quickly end air combat. There are also aerial attacks, which are done by M1ing in the air. These are used as a quick engage, and they're true into another M1. Similarly to uppercuts though, if it's blocked or whiffed, you can be punished. Additionally, uppercuts can be used as like an air counter, so if you uppercut as your opponent uses an aerial attack, you'll always win the trade. Alright, that explains all the basics of combat. However, the way you build your character is extremely important, and I'll let Minnie explain.
I'm gonna keep it real. That combat is just like the fundamentals of everything going on. There is a little edit of combat that I was sent by Para. It's like a little edit. Now I know that looks like true stun infinite combo bullshit that they said that isn't in the game, but if what they said is true about the whole escape window in between M1s, it does mean that every M1 after the first one that lands, you are able to escape from the combat. But the window was pretty fucking short. It was like 0.1 of a second, so I mean it's gonna be fucking hard to do that. But in general, bro, the combat looks pretty smooth. It does look like a lot of button spam and a lot of like, you know, just like whoever has more buttons wins type of thing. I'm probably completely wrong. I'm curious about how it's gonna kind of flesh out, but I've been seeing a lot more clips of the combat, and it looks a lot of like, you know, you just kind of spam a bunch of moves and hope that shit lands, bro.
Explain that.
But it does look pretty smooth and cool. I'm not gonna lie. The UI is.
Hi, I'm Cole.
The
Not
GFX is cool.
He was busy working his scripter back,
GFX?
so I'll be filling in for him here. Following the immense popularity of a specific Roblox RPG, it's clear that players love build variety. Luckily, Rogueblox has plenty to offer. At the most basic level, players' builds will consist of their class, race, weapon, and armor. Getting into the classes, if you're familiar with Rogue Lineage, you'll be familiar with our class system. Progression goes from base to super to ultra, with multiple different classes to choose from based on what weapon category you choose to wield and what your alignment is. If you choose to progress your class to ultra, you may also learn a second base class to supplement your build. However, you will not be able to progress that second base class further than that. Players may also choose to learn 2 super classes instead of an ultra, turning their build into a hybrid. hybrid builds aren't able to progress either of their currently learned classes further than Super, nor are they able to learn an additional base class. Some classes may require you to learn 2 base classes before you can unlock its Super, though these are pretty rare. Moving on to races, when you first join the game, you'll be randomly assigned a race. Each race has a unique look as well as a special set of passives and actives that are unlocked as your character survives in the world of Terra. While not totally build defining, everyone will have a race, and your race may be better suited for certain playstyles. Moving on to weapons, there's a wide variety of weapons for players to find and craft in Rogueblox. Each weapon falls under one of 5 categories, with some very rare exceptions. There are swords, daggers, spears, fists, and guns. These weapon categories typically have a unique trend in their stat spreads. For example, daggers are typically faster swinging weapons that have much lower ranges than the rest of the weapon categories in the game. On top of this, specific weapon categories allow you to use skills from their corresponding classes. For example, skills from the sword-based class may only be used with weapons that fall under the sword category. Heading over to armors, players have a head, chest, feet, and outfit slot with which they can equip different armors to grant themselves stats and resistances, with some even providing unique passives. Players will be able to see how their equipment affects their stats by navigating to their inventory and clicking on the stats button. Moving on to some of the more intricate aspects of build crafting, we have sub-races, reforges, enchants, and relics. Throughout a player's progression, some people may opt to get a sub-race. Well, I don't want to spoil too much here. Sub-races drastically change how the game.
Okay, I just wanted to pause it here. Now, this entire game seems to have like a bunch of different aspects from other games implemented all in at the same time. It's like all of the best aspects into one. I think the gear system and the relic system is really fucking cool. I think they talk about relics a little bit later, but it is a way to just completely change how your build works. It makes you like unique and different from other people. Like you saying how armor has certain passives and relics have certain abilities that can also like mend with each other pretty well. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about it later. And then now with the whole sub races thing, I thought a lot of people really enjoyed the whole Runeslayer having sub races, and like when you would evolve your race, you could choose between different ones that had different abilities and stats. Shit like that is fucking awesome. I think that's really cool. It also allows for more build variety and like a lot. Like you can run a certain race on multiple different builds if you wanted to because of that sub race aspect. I think it's a really fucking good idea. Some of these icons on the screen, I'm not really too sure what's going on. One of them looks like a goblin brain, obviously, so it's probably like you fucking do less magic damage, do more. Well, I'm just fucking running it at the wall here, bro. And then there's like a vampire thing on the right, and then the middle one I fucking couldn't tell you, bro. But in general, the systems, everything they have implemented looks really fucking cool. I'm really excited, bro. Really excited.
Their character, while providing them with some unique skills and passives that open up new playstyles and builds for people to play around with. Moving on to reforges. Reforges are prefixes that can be attached to weapons or pieces of armor that affect their stat spread and allow players to personalize each piece of their equipment to their liking. While some items dropped from mobs or found in chests may have reforges, players can also use special items to modify their weapons and armor with specific reforges. Moving on to enchants. Enchants are modifiers that give weapons special abilities. Some are simple and give weapons the ability to apply status effects to yourself and your opponents on M1s, while others are more complicated and may change up how your weapon's crit works. While they may seem like only a tiny part of your build, when combined with the right relics, they can become game-changing. Finally, we arrive at relics. Relics are by far one of the most complicated pieces of build crafting in Rogueblox. Relics are special items that players can equip to grant themselves unique abilities and passives that can drastically change up how their build operates. These can range from a simple double jump to granting you the ability to heal whenever you cause your opponents to bleed. Relics often synergize with one another or different status effects, so play around with it. Continuing with relics, players have 3 slots with which they may equip relics. On top of this, relics also have a unique star value ranging from 1 to 4 attributed to them based on their strength and utility. Players can equip relics into any of their 3 relic slots so long as the sum of their equipped relic star value does not exceed 4. This is to ensure that build crafting stays interesting and isn't just players equipping the 3 strongest relics in game. However, if you're looking to push the boundaries of the game, there are some special ways for players to increase the maximum value of stars that they can have equipped. Once you get in game, you'll be able to discover over 60 different relics that you can play around with and use to create a build that best fits your playstyle.
Yeah, 60 different relics. That's fucking awesome, bro. It's just like a whole nother skill within the progression of the game, without even having to like. It's so fucking cool, bro. I'm actually so excited, bro. I'm not trying to just sit here and glaze, but I low-key am, bro. This game looks fucking dope as shit, and like I'm so fucking ready, bro. I'm so fucking ready.
With the basics of Rogueblox having been covered, that's all for the Rogueblox Direct. We can't wait to see each and every single one of you guys in the game on July 11th. We hope you're all as excited.
So yeah, that's when it's dropping. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed that, bro. I kind of want to get this game out there to my community, let y'all know what I'm going to be swapping to. So just be ready for July 11th. I hope that they don't fucking delay the release like every other Roblox game nowadays, but I will definitely be going live for that shit. I'm really excited for it all. Also, just wanted to end the video with some few notes. If you're just here for Rogueblox, you can look-key just click off. I want to talk about Runeslayer for a little bit. I'm going to keep it real, guys. I might have like a final video or a final stream of Runeslayer pretty soon. I'm not really sure if I'm actually going to do it or not, but I just know for sure I'm done with Runeslayer. Just everything that's been going on recently, the balance changes and the updates and the the somewhat of like a just grab bag update that was recent, the 4th of July update. Just kind of feels like some crumbs are throwing out there until they shut down the game again, just to get like a little bit of money before it kind of dies out. They threw the whole like limited time fear of missing out thing out there, and it's just bullshit to me, bro. I know it's 4th of July holiday, and you know limited time is pretty fucking cool in some scenarios, but in the situation of Runeslayer, it just kind of seems like they're just kind of you know, bye bye pretty soon, and they're just waiting for Type Soul. They know the game's gonna die when Type Soul drops, so they're trying to rinse it for as much as they can before that happens. And I mean, that game's fucking cooked, bro. I feel like this game might even cook it. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Yeah, and they're still like doing shadow nerfs on shit. Like a bunch of stuff that wasn't even in the patch notes still hit the game. Nerfing basically every in-game weapon. I know Runic Cutlass is fucking gutted. Priest is definitely cooked. A lot more cooked than I expected they would make it. I heard it's like really bad now from a couple priests. I'm not sure though. I could be wrong. But their shield still applies, so it can't be that fucking bad. But yeah, I mean, Warrior just feels kind of shitty to play. Rhymehow, you still have to charge up 3 times to get the crit off. I'm just kind of done, bro. A lot of bullshit going on. A lot of like, why are we doing shadow nerfs on shit? You're fucking weird. I feel like shadow nerfs are a way to just like dodge or negate hate on the game, bro. It's like if it's not in the patch logs, no one knows about it. No, people fucking know about it, bro. There's got to be a dev or two just like subtly sabotaging the game. I don't know why they would, either for Type Soul release or another game that they're plotting on to move to. I have no idea how it's gonna go, what they're doing, but there is a dev sabotaging Runeslayer. I swear to God there is. I would show the CC chat for Runeslayer, but I just feels kind of wrong. But I'll just kind of summarize how everyone is viewing it in the content creator side of things. They all think the same thing. They think that the game is fucking just it's trying to sell out before it dies, and that someone is secretly ruining it. I think there is a dev doing that. I really wish they would just kind of like expose him and say who it is, because I know for sure they probably know. Also, just wanted to share this. John, the quote-unquote owner of Runeslayer, is actually an alt account. His Discord is not a real person, bro. It's an alt account. He's just like a poser for the game. It's not actually the main owner. I'm pretty sure he did that because he didn't want to get in trouble if he got caught BMing, which I know for sure he probably is. Because why do you have an alt account? I don't really understand that. I'm pretty sure the guy's BMing. Also, that is allegations, not confirmed, not 100% true, but why do we have an alt account? Are you afraid of something? Like your past? Like, what are we doing, bud? And you didn't publicly say you were an alt either. I don't know. Whole thing with Runeslayer, poor management, poor community, poor everything. I wouldn't say the community is bad. I would say they're like, I mean, I'm needy, but I mean, it's just, God, bro, just everything around that game is just so fucked right now. I'm just not a fan of it anymore. I got to keep it real, guys. It was a good run. It made my career. I won't lie. The game will always have my heart, but I'm done with it, bro. I'm done. It's like a bad ex. It's like she's fine as shit, but she's also toxic as fuck, and you just keep going back to her, though. I fucking hate it, bro. I fucking hate it. But anyways, y'all, if y'all watch all the way to the end, I appreciate you. I love y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye. Mwah.